Okay, so nearest neighborhood rule and k nearest neighbor algorithm. So we will just go through this particular algorithm, which is very important for classification. Now, why we are using nearest neighborhood? It is a very important thing that if you try to classify different objects in a particular feature space, then the objects which are close together are very similar to each other. If we represent the objects or the entities in a space, then the elements which are very closer to each other will also be similar in the properties, because we have extracted features on the basis of the properties. Okay, it say used to classify objects based on closest training example in the feature space. Okay, suppose for example these are the three examples you can see here, 1, 2 and 3. These are the three example. This fourth example is a known example for which you want to know the label. Okay, this example is a triangle and this is the square. Okay, so now you can see that if we want to know the label of this particular point which is unknown to us, we want to know the type of this example, whether it is belonging to this class or it is belonging to the square class. So what we have to consider, we have to consider a particular neighbors which are in a within a proximity of that particular unknown example. Okay, so suppose we say that okay, we will consider the nearest three examples. So here what we are doing, we are considering nearest three examples. Okay, so in these three examples we can see that there are two examples belonging to the triangle class and one example belonging to the square class. So the majority of examples are of the triangle. So what we will do, we will just assign the level of triangle to this unknown example. Okay, so this is nearest neighborhood classification. So you
सर बट हम एग्जांपल ले क्यों रहे हैं नियरेस्ट एग्जांपल मतलब उसको आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए
it is a very simple thing that for example in a class, suppose there are two kind of students, okay, bright students and poor students, and know about the quality of the student. Okay, then suppose teacher sees an unknown student whose quality he doesn't know. Now what he should consider, he should consider his nearby students, that how many students are poor and how many students are bright, and if that particular student is sitting among the bright students, then it would be more probable that that particular student would be bright, and the majority of the students is poor, then the level of the poor student would be imposed on that student. So I am just telling you that in the space you have so many examples, and these examples may belong to different classes, and when you want to know the label of a particular example which is unknown to you, then you consider the nearby examples and the examples of the maximum vote or majority of vote, the label of that class will be assigned to the unknown, okay, or the unknown point. So what you are doing here, distance metric. Okay, so what you need for using this algorithm or nearest neighborhood, you will require a distance metric also. What is the distance metric? Distance metric can be Euclidean distance. It can also be Mahalanobis distance. So any distance metric you can use to measure the distance of the unknown example with the known example. Okay. So you have to measure the distance to know the proximity. It will be decided by this. Generally, the value of k is kept odd. Okay. So this value is kept odd so that the decision is definitely made, which you can do. Here k nearest neighborhood, how does it work? So this is the example of k equal to 1. The innermost circle is the example of k equal to 1 because it is just considering one example. Okay, so here you are doing what? Whichever known example, you just determine the class of that and assign that class to the unknown example. If this is square, then you will say, okay, the class of this unknown example is the square. Okay, when you take the value of k equal to 3, so the k equal to 3 because here you are taking three examples, and out of these three examples, the two examples are belonging to triangle class and one example is belonging to the square class. And what you will do for k equal to 3, for k equal to 3 you will see that there are two examples which are triangle class and one which are of the square class. Then the majority is of the triangle class. You will assign this majority class to the unknown example. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Now, if you take the value of k equal to 7, then this outermost circle is denoting k equal to 7. In this circle, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total 7 examples are there. You are considering these examples. And in these 7 examples, the majority of vote is the square. Okay. So you will assign the class of square to the unknown example. Is it clear? Whether this is supervised learning or unsupervised learning?
Sir, unsupervised.
This is unsupervised. Okay, any other opinion?
Sir, unsupervised.
Why are you saying it is unsupervised?
So clustering
Sir,
uses
because
distance.
No, this is not clustering. This is a supervised learning because you know the class level of these examples which you are using to decide the class of the unknown example. Are you getting my point? This is an example of supervised learning because what you are doing, you are using the examples which are already labeled. This is the definition of supervised learning. Okay, so this is actually a supervised classification. What is the difference this algorithm from the previous methods? The difference is that this is a non-parametric algorithm. This is the non-parametric algorithm. And why I am saying that? Why I am saying it is not a non-parametric algorithm? Because you are not computing any parameters using the known examples as you were doing in the previous algorithm. Because in previous method of deciding boundary, what you were doing, the examples were used for deciding the parameters of the boundary. And once the parameters were decided, you did not require the examples in the feature space. And you were just using that boundary to decide the class of the unknown example. But here what you are doing? Here you are using these examples not to calculate any parameter, but you are using the majority. You are using the majority of class to label the unknown example. You are also not making any boundary as you were doing in the previous cases. There you were calculating parameters for the boundary. That parameter might be a line, that can be a circle, that can be any other type of curve, but that can be a parabola. So whatever type of boundary you were deciding, that boundary was parameterized, and those parameters were calculated from the known examples, and that was called learning. But here you are not calculating any parameter. You are directly using these examples to know the class of the unknown example. Okay, so known examples should always be present in the feature space when you are doing classification. In the previous case, you did not require all the examples to be stored at the time of classification. You require those examples only at the time of. So this you can understand, very easy algorithm, there is no problem, I think. Okay. Here you can see that you were saying that it is a clustering algorithm. No, k nearest neighborhood is a classification algorithm. It is not a clustering algorithm. Okay, and k mean is the clustering algorithm which you are going to study now. Is it clear? So what is the difference between clustering and classification algorithms?
सर क्लस्टरिंग में एक साथ कर देते हैं, क्लासिफिकेशन में अलग अलग क्लासेस में डिवाइड करते हैं.
फिर से और कोई बताओ.
सर क्लासिफिकेशन सुपरवाइज्ड है, क्लस्टरिंग अनसुपरवाइज्ड है.
हाँ, एक तो ये एग्जांपल है. यस, और एनी अदर एग्जांपल? In classification, you assign a label, a particular label to the unknown example. Clustering. In clustering, you don't know label actually. Levels are not known. But what you do, you can just find out on basis on the basis of the features which examples are close to each other. Okay. So this clustering is also distance based. It is also non-parametric. But what you do, you don't know the level and you don't assign the level. Both are the things. Okay, in clustering, you don't know the level in the training data, and if you don't know the level, how can you assign level to the unknown point? Okay, so level का यहाँ पर कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है क्लस्टरिंग में. क्लासिफिकेशन कब में क्या है कि the examples which are used for learning purpose, they are labeled. That's why you know the level, and according to those levels, you can one of those levels can be assigned to the unknown point. So this is called classification. So you in classification